So keep in mind that post-traumatic stress disorder in general skews the way memories are stored. With complex or childhood post-traumatic stress disorder, this is something that happens early onset, early childhood. Of course, depending on how old you are when it happens, but for myself, being that I was 5 the first time, then the way my memories are stored now, instead of being put in a file, everything's just slapped on top, right? And in the meantime, as well, the other symptom that is just textbook with PTSD is that emotional growth ceases. Like, you're stunted until that issue is healed and resolved. So for me, I was 5. So I've largely been a wounded 5-year-old running around on the planet doing the best I can, right? Though I did start facilitating healing as a young adult, and I have been in progress. So I can't tell you at what points I graduated into the next. No idea. I don't even know what emotional category would go with each age. I just know where I am now, right? But in the meantime, the reason I bring this up is because the story that I'm telling as in order as I can, as I'm able. And since I started telling the story, I keep having random memories. So my thought is that when I have these random memories, to go ahead and just, here's another chapter, right? So here's another one of those chapters. But the first one. And this has to do with a room that was in the basement. So this house that we moved into on Johnny Creek, which is in Pocatello, is the first house we lived in. It had a really cool architectural design to it. First, the front of the house was facing the mountain, right? And when you walk in, here's the living room. And then from the living room, like if you were to go to the right, then right over here is the dining room with a sliding glass door that opens onto a patio in the backyard. And then if you continue going to the left in the house, and here's a kitchen, and it was cool because you go in and then there's this place right here where you could like serve through it, it's almost like or was there a counter there in a bar? I don't remember. I just remember there was a space of some sort there. Anyway, from the kitchen, so now you've made full circle there on that main floor, living room, dining room, kitchen. If you go upstairs, the first room on the right was a bathroom, and then the master bedroom was at the end of the hall on the right, and then my bedroom was at the very end of that hallway, and then when you're coming back down the hallway, like across the room from my parents' room, was another bedroom. And if you go down those stairs back to the main floor, in the kitchen, there was another doorway that went downstairs, and now here's a family room, and that's where the TV was. And there was also a door that led into the backyard from there. It was like a daylight basement. But from there was also another level down. And on the left, at the bottom of these stairs, there's like maybe five or six stairs, short stairway. On the left was a bathroom with a window, because it was daylight, type design. But then when you made a right, then right here there's a bedroom, and there were no windows. Completely dark, underground. And then right behind that, like right next to it, was my dad's office. He always had an office, wherever we lived. And anyway, this room is significant for two reasons. First of all, before Lois and Paul, I remember being in that house and living there with my dad and my sister that was just 2 years younger than me. And we were so small that when we were outside playing, we'd come in from outside, we could share the toilet. We'd pee together. It was great. It's actually a fond memory. But our bedroom was down all the way down there for some reason. And that's one of the things that I'm finding odd. Why was our bedroom, why did we sleep all the way down there and my dad was all the way upstairs? We were literally as far away from him as was possible without digging another basement. We could have, there were 2 bedrooms right across the hall from him. But he had us in that room. Did we choose it? Did we ask for it? I honestly don't know. But when we'd go to sleep, he would always leave the bathroom light on for us, as a night light. And one night, my sister and I woke up and that light was off. The light bulb could have burned out. Who freaking knows? But we were terrified. We were in this inky blackness. And I was probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years old. So she would have been 3 or 4. Screaming for my dad. Literally screaming. He didn't hear us. He never came. So it was up to me. Because I'm the oldest, right? And of course, in my child's mind, I was imagining all kinds of horrifying things that were lurking in the dark. But I gathered my courage and I found the light. And I turned it on, and there were no monsters or spiders or anything else that could hurt us, and we were okay, But I still find that odd that he had us all the way down there. And then my sister reminded me of something I'd completely forgotten about. And that is that one night, he came downstairs and got me and took me upstairs to sleep with him. And left her down there. I've always found that odd when that memory's crossed my mind. There's so many unanswered questions. As many questions that have been answered, it seems I've equal number that haven't been. But I don't really need all the answers, I suppose. Or even all of the whys. But these have been coming across my mind, these 2 scenes, over the last couple of days. So, just putting it out there. Life is strange, yeah.